Bonjour, comment allez-vous? This is the Crypto Kid podcast, and I am the Crypto Kid Daniel Plummer. Today we discuss Bitcoin bull train running past 73,000 US dollars. Happy Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. This is the Crypto Kid podcast, and we just have some exciting news today as Bitcoin sprints right past 70,000 US dollars and is currently trading at 72,933 US dollars with 2 hours left in trading. Definitely Bitcoin will reach the high of 73,000 US dollars. Whether it will close above that price, we don't know. The market will let us know. But definitely in overnight trading, overnight traders will take advantage of this bull run sprint and they will just keep trotting and trotting. I knew that Bitcoin would pass 70,000 US dollars prior to the November 5th, 2024 election. I've been announcing that over and over for the last few weeks, sounding like a broken record of optimism. And now we are here. I did not believe that Bitcoin would surpass the price of 72,000 US dollars, and now it's heading towards 73,000 US dollars. I think there's just a market frenzy and just an upbeat market sentiment. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to hold on to those gains, but it definitely is going to go past or towards 75,000 US dollars. Before the steam runs out. There's 7 days until the U.S. presidential election on November 5th, 2024. And market sentiment is of the feelings and notion that Donald Trump is going to firmly win the popular vote as well as the electoral college vote. As well, poly market polls have Donald Trump ahead at 66% of the vote. For the last 2 months, I've repeated that Donald Trump is ahead by 30 points and through my own reasoning. And now I have poly market polls to corroborate my story and my beliefs. And, it's been an interesting run. And I believe that market sentiment is based upon the notion that the mainstream media is slowly turning against Kamala Harris prior to the November 5th, 2024 election, as I knew it would. And that's simply because Kamala Harris has refused to give certain interviews. This article, which points out the negative impact that being anti crypto is having to the Harris campaign, was released by Time Magazine. And Time Magazine in August had Kamala Harris on the cover as Business Person of the Year. And they applauded her and everything. And then they couldn't get an interview with her. And she snubbed them. And that was a bad move. And I predicted back then that that would come back to bite her. And now it has returned with 7 days left. And Time Magazine releasing a very negative article that an independent journalist who is a self described Democrat and progressive. She describes herself as a journalist that has reported on cryptocurrency for more than 9 years. And she's speaking up that the Democrats, as well as the Progressive Party and the Harris campaign, are making a mistake by being anti crypto. So let me go to this horrible article. And the author is Laura Shin. The headline is Kamala Harris shouldn't just embrace crypto, she must help it flourish. Well, that train has left the station. And let's look at her credentials. Shin is the founder of the crypto news outlet Unchained, host of the Unchained podcast, and the author of the Crypto Peons, Idealism, Greed, Lies, and the Making of the First Big Cryptocurrency Craze. Okay, I haven't read any of this information, but she does have some media outlets. And this is her first paragraph. And her name is Laura Shin, Shin. I believe that to be Chinese. As a journalist, I try not to reveal personal opinions, but I'm breaking that rule today because as an American, there's something I, a progressive Democrat and a journalist who has covered crypto for more than 9 years, have to speak up about. That is a terrible grammatical English sentence. She in English class or journalism, she would have got a C minus for starting out with that first paragraph. The Democrats, and more specifically its progressive wing, are making a mistake being anti crypto. So she's coming out and she's calling them out. And she's saying most urgently their stance could cost Vice President and Democratic nominee Kamala Harris the election and hand Donald Trump, who tried to overturn the 2020 election, the presidency. So they have to add this phrase Donald Trump, comma, who tried to overturn the 2020 election, comma, the presidency. That's poor writing. You know, it's a bundled sentence. If you turn that in an English or a journalism class, they would cross that out, tell you to trim the fat. Boys and girls, you don't want to be constructing sentences like this. So let's go through this article. This is something Democratic leadership fails to understand that crypto has the potential to usher in a progressive era through the technology itself. Now, here's the thing, you know, progressive that what does that really mean when you say she's progressive? Because, you know, progression means a lot of different things, and I think that's the word is ambiguous, and I think that's what contributes to the problem. Because if you look at the behavior of the left, the Democratic Party, a lot of the behavior borderlines what we saw in socialist Russia and fascist socialist Germany. The Nazi Party was they were not only socialists, just like Stalin were in Russia and the USSR, the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union were socialists, but so was the Nazi Party of Germany. The difference is, well, I don't even know if there's much difference. Also, the Nazi Party was fascist, and so they operated more from a dictatorship. And if you analyze certain elements of the Democratic Party and the self proclaimed Progressive Party, some of these actors behave similar to what you see in Nazi Germany with confiscation of books, controlling of public information, really no freedom of speech. So when Laura Shin says, well, the Progressive Party is ignoring that blockchain technology could usher in progressive freedom behavior, I think that Laura Shin, this journalist, is ignoring the fact that I really am not convinced that the powers that be within the Democratic Party actually want to be liberal and open. I think that if you look at a lot of the behavior that's occurred, I believe that there are many members of this party that agree and support censorship, controlling of public information, what you can say on social media platforms. So anybody that's publishing on social media, we all have to be careful about what we say, because a post can be pulled down, you know, for just something inadvertent and said. So we all have to be careful about that. And so I think that Laura Shin is overlooking the fact that she identifies herself as a part of this party, the Democrats and the progressive unit, but I think she is unable to see that there are many people that are calling the shots, that are, you know, really disseminating information, that actually are into controlling public information, censoring what people can say and what people can't say. And so when it comes to cryptocurrency, where you know, we have blockchain technology, Bitcoin in particular, that is decentralized. I think that many members of the Democratic Party and some members of the Republican Party don't like the fact that Bitcoin is decentralized. And the reason that blockchain technology is so powerful is because it's trying to avoid the traditional price manipulation of currency that are done by various governments throughout the world. And by having a decentralized currency, no one government can manipulate Bitcoin or a blockchain technology. And that's what the designers of Bitcoin and blockchain technology want, is decentralization. And they're what we all have to understand is there are members of the federal government, both Democrat and Republican, that still want a centralized not economy like a socialist government. A socialist government has a centralized economy, but this is a democratic nation that has a centralized bank, and that is the Federal Reserve Bank, which is a quasi government. So it's a private bank that the the only influence the president has over the Federal Reserve Bank is the president gets to determine who the chairman is. Once the chairman is determined, that chairman does what they want financially and politically. They don't Once they accept the job, they don't fulfill whatever the president wants. They do whatever they want. And we've seen a lot of price manipulation of the US dollar and generally the US Treasury by using US bonds and printing money or bringing in, holding on to cash reserves. That's how they can control the price of the US dollar, by issuing bonds, thereby attracting dollars. And that creates a shortage of dollars, which increases the price, or they print out more money, which will lower the value of the US dollar. And so a lot of people just need to understand that. What we love about a decentralized currency is that, particularly in times of war, nations don't have to worry about doing transactions with counterfeit money, and they don't have to worry about price gouging based upon currency manipulation by different countries that are at war or in a hostile position. And that's where we see a lot of market manipulation in New York, on NASDAQ, on the New York Stock Exchange, and in banks, is that when countries go to war, there's generally some kind of manipulation, either through counterfeit money. And so the Congress should be happy, and the Democratic Party should be happy that there is a Bitcoin, a blockchain technology, which makes it more difficult to create counterfeit currency. So, and I think that's a good thing, and I believe most people would agree that making it hard to create counterfeit currency is a very good thing. And this, we'll see what impact this article by Laura Shin, the independent journalist, is going to have on the Democratic Party. It may very well just fall on deaf ears, but the Democratic Party should be listening if they have a journalist who describes themselves as a part of their party saying, hey, you need to wake up and embrace cryptocurrency because it's here to stay. That would be a good advice, but we'll see where it goes. So with that, let me check to see, has Bitcoin surpassed 73,000 US dollars while I'm here? And yes, I told you Bitcoin is at the price of 73,260,000 US dollars. So Bitcoin is going to surpass 75,000 US dollars. But look for a pullback, boys and girls. Look for the pullback. Don't panic, but look for the pullback, because it is going to happen. And with that, this is Daniel Plummer, the Crypto Kid. Man, this is a happy Tuesday. The Bitcoin bull train has left the station. Yes, hallelujah. All right, take care.